Excusez-moi?
Hello there. Today's the first day of VidCon and I have never been. And I can't go yet, not until I'm finished with work. So if you've been following me in my latest videos, I have a new job now. I work as a real estate photographer, so I'm just waiting for my next appointment. And once that happens, then maybe I can go to VidCon. I'm excited. If not today, then tomorrow. And so today is the third day for my everyday vlogging challenge. And I realized that whenever I finish recording, I upload it like the night or the evening of, and I would rather post it in the morning, so if anyone wants to watch it, it'll be more convenient for them. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna record even more later on and post it tomorrow morning. So for now, this one will be shown in the evening, probably, and then the next one will be in the morning. I got people parking next to me. Probably should wait.
What I realize I don't have
Anyways, so recently I had a friend who was worried about his current career path, or maybe his life path, or maybe both. And this time I don't know the exact details, but from what I have observed and from what I've heard, he's really worried about his direction because he's just lost his job and he's trying to find a path in his life that makes him happy and something that he's passionate about. He's trying to find what he's passionate about. And I don't know about you, but I've definitely been there. And for me, when I was in my mid-20s and getting out of college, I struggled really hard. I went to art school, and even though I went to art school, I struggled really hard on finding what it is I really wanted to do with my life. At some point in my life, I felt that I haven't reached that level of independence where I couldn't really take care of myself. I couldn't buy things for myself. I couldn't buy my own car, and I didn't have my own home. I couldn't buy my own home. So when you feel that way, it's not necessarily bad, it's just natural. If you feel that way, that just means that you've still got some steps to go. What's important is not letting those steps bring you down. You can't let those kinds of steps that you know you need to take bring you down. The things that are worth it in life are certainly some of the hardest, but it makes it worth it, and that's pretty general. But what I mean is, I guess specifically, I'm talking about a dream or a career, or both, right? If you want to find your purpose in life or something that you're really passionate about, you need to find the drive. You need to have that drive in order to pursue it and even to find it. It's normal when you feel that you haven't found it yet, or it's been so many years already, and maybe you're in your mid-20s, late 20s, early 30s, mid-30s, or any age, doesn't matter what age. No matter what age you are and you feel like you haven't found what it is you want to do in life, that's okay. That simply means that you haven't reached that point in your life where you know what you want. And to know what you want, you need to better understand yourself. And this relates more to, in a sense, self-confidence. And true confidence comes from understanding yourself, you see? And in order to understand yourself more, you need to learn how to love and respect yourself. You need to learn how to appreciate yourself. In doing so, then it makes it easier for you to listen to what you really want in the inside. And this advice isn't for everybody, but for those who are lost and don't have that kind of guidance or just grew up without, any sort of direction, I felt like this could help you, because that's exactly where I was not so long ago. Could even be like 5, maybe even recently years for me ago that happened, because when I grew up, I didn't have that kind of direction either, and I felt so lost, I felt so alone, despite having family, despite having a single parent. The reality is that they just were never there for me, and they're not to blame. I'm just saying circumstances like this happen, and it's normal. So for people like us, how do we find what we really want to do? How do we find that passion and that drive? And I feel like it starts with just trying to understand yourself. You need to learn how to listen to your own thoughts. You need to learn how to take it a step at a time and really hear what you don't like and listen to what you do like. And as simple as that sounds, it's actually a very difficult thing to do. Like trying to meditate, trying to take the time for yourself, and even trying to relax. All those things are very difficult things to do, but when you try to find the time for yourself to try and listen to yourself, to what you really want, then it brings you even just a little step further towards what you really want to do. And that brings me on to the next thing, where what if you know what you would like, you know what you want to do, but you're afraid to pursue it because you feel like it's too late, and you feel like it might be too hard for you to do now, or that maybe you can't do it. If those are the reasons, it doesn't matter, because no matter where you are in life, no matter how young, no matter how old, if it's worth the risk for you, that's where you need to make the decision. You need to make the decision of, is it worth it for me to do it right now? And it's never too late, because, people are capable of amazing things no matter how old. Yes, if you were younger and if you had more time to start doing it now, of course you would be much more ahead of where you are now. But like I said, that's not the point. If you really want to accomplish something, you can set your mind to it. You can take little steps to get to where you want to be, if not closer. Because the other point I'm trying to point out here is life is short, and we never know when we're gonna die. We never know when we're gonna leave this world. Even if you start doing it now and you don't accomplish your goal, at least you died trying, right? In my opinion, that's a life worth living. A life worth living is where you can take risks towards what you believe in. And it could be a dream, it could even be a small dream. I feel like in the end, it matters to you, right? So therefore, it matters that you tried in your life for what you really wanted. And then finding that drive is a completely different story. Finding that drive is a process on its own too, and that's really linked to how well you try to understand yourself and how well you actually do understand yourself. So take the steps to really think about what you really want, why you want it, and if it's worth the risk. Nothing is guaranteed in life. And comparing this to, since I'm talking about like a career path, comparing something that's not so stable, and I'm sorry I'm being very general about this, let's say it's like my job where I wanted to be a game creator, an artist for games too, and in my field, as far as I know, I don't know anything because I've never been in the field, but as far as I know, it's not a very stable job, and it's a very risky one because it's so competitive, right? If there's such a field that you want to get into that's like that, that's never a guarantee that you're going to have that job forever. And comparing that to something like a corporate job, like, I don't know, working at Best Buy, working at Walmart, working at a dental office, you get benefits, you get health benefits if you stay there a while, and yada, yada, yada. You still ask yourself the same question no matter where you work. Do I see myself working here for the rest of my life, or for the next 10 years, for the next 5 years? Is it worth it for me? Are these benefits worth it for me? And I'm not saying, it's not worth it for you, and I'm not saying that those benefits are bad. I'm just saying, what is it that you want? If you want those benefits, that's great. That corporate job is just for you. But for people like me, or anyone else who are chasing dreams that can be very unstable, what you really want to focus on is how badly you want to do it, and if it's worth it for you, because it's simply a part of who you are. Like for me, I never thought I would pursue photography to this extent. Now I'm working at a job where it allows me to do photography. I get to travel for it, and I work much less hours, and I get paid way more than the last job I was working at. To me, that makes me happy enough. It's not where I want to be in the long run exactly, but it's a step closer towards what I really want to do. And that's also part of this channel. That's why I'm making this channel, is what I mean. I want to grow into something much bigger that can potentially help millions of people. And anyway, back to the topic at hand here, finding what you really want to do is a process, and you shouldn't let that discourage you, because anything that's worth it takes time and potentially can be super risky. So ask yourself, is it worth the risks? Risks are not a bad thing. A risk, yeah, you can potentially lose a lot, but if it's something that you believe in, it's worth it. And if you don't think so, I mean, then you should reconsider that risk, right? So honestly, it's up to you to decide whether or not the risk is worth it for you. Because something that is a risk worth taking, I said that really weird. A risk worth taking could be worth it for someone else, but it could not be worth it for you. And that's what makes people so different. That's what makes dreams so unique. People so unique, people so different as well. So take the time to think about that. Because it's your life, and however much time you have, you should make it worth it. But that's just my 2 cents on this. I hope that was helpful. And this concludes the vlog for day 3. And I will continue vlogging for day 4 so I can post it in the morning. In other news, I'm so excited to go to VidCon because I've never been, so... Oh, that would have been crazy if someone were watching me the whole time. I'm excited to go to VidCon. I'm gonna try to peek there tomorrow, and if possible, if I have time later, I'll try to get my badge or whatever later today after work. And I noticed that I got a follower yesterday. I haven't checked the status yet, but I did see the notification. Thank you for following me. Thank you for anyone that's been watching my videos and that's following me on my journey for these everyday videos. Calling myself out is scary as heck, but I'm really happy to be able to do this, and I hope these messages are helpful. Please leave a comment on any questions or anything you'd like me to talk about. If my videos are too long, if there's something you'd like to hear about, or if there's something about me that you'd like to see more, like my face or something, I don't know. Let me know, and I'll get back to you in the next video. So, thanks for watching. Have a good one. Oh yeah, forgot to mention. So in terms of career path and all that, you know, just because you're at a point in your life, you're working somewhere that you may not like or you may not see yourself there forever, that's okay. Jobs, you know, wherever you are, it's not gonna be forever. Just think about it as, is where I am now aligned with where I wanna be in the next 10 years? So the job you could be working at now could be just another part of your path leading towards where you're eventually gonna go, eventually where you wanna be. I don't know about you, but I watch Casey Neistat. He's an amazing vlogger. I wanna do a lot of things that he does. He's amazing. He's part of the reason that's inspired me so much to do something like this. And a quote from him, and I'm sure he got it from someone else, I forgot, is about the Tarzan method. And the Tarzan method is something like this. It's like, this is, I think I start here. This is you, and this is your dreams. And everything in between, you know, is a lot of work. And when you're going towards your dreams, it's never a straight path. It's always like full of like turns and stuff, right? But okay, since we're talking about the Tarzan method, he explains it as vines. So you're always gonna be swinging in like diagonals and directions towards your goal, you know? And then it's never a straight line, and that's how life is. It's like no matter what you do, it's never like a straight line towards where you want to go, but it's going in the direction of where you want to go. So no matter where you are in life, no matter what job you have, just know that it's a step closer to where you want to be. So that's something to think about. Well, I hope that was helpful.